sound.
Never mind.
Last day of the con, I don't care anymore.
Hulk smash.
Sunday, you don't have to be nice anymore. Should I go with the shiny mic or the fuzzy mic?
Shiny!
You guys know me so well. That was unanimous. That was the entire group. Just like, shiny little squirrel boobies. What?
The shiny will keep you focused.
Somewhat.
No. Shiny diffracts light or refracts light. Shiny gets more light. Reflects and refracts. I'm using made-up science words. Just gonna stretch this cable.
Channeling your inner techno babble.
I think if you moved it back around the back of the table. Like here.
I'm doing this for effect, dude. It's reality TV. Everything is staged.
Well, you're on
Now my
stage.
whole mic stretching routine is done. It's gone. You spoiled the magic.
Shame on you.
Speaking of magic,
Magic.
Yay.
Yay.
Put on your bracelet.
magic is always good.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes on the prize, folks.
The prize is a rubber band.
Rubber bands. Yeah, that's it. That's how big it is. One rubber band in behind the other, firmly locked. Can't go up, can't go down, can't go nowhere. All of you go.
What?
Whoa.
I'm amazed.
Shiny. That's it. That's my whole routine.
Yay!
I love that trick.
All right, we go.
It's the fast version. Make it fast. Boom, bam, bam. Done.
Wow. Shiny.
Shinies are fun.
I have a request before we get started.
What?
I have a request before we get started.
As long as it's not like for a foot rub or something.
Nah, nothing that weird.
Whoa, no, we do that.
Can you
Do it
have
one more time. Yes, I can. Rubber bands are.
Wait, where'd it go? You lost your rubber band?
I love that trick.
Okay, using one of the many, many characters you have acted, can you do one of those characters doing an impression of one of the other characters
You're
you've
an
done?
evil.
That's hot.
Wait, Dinobot trying to do a Koga impression.
No. I gotta come up with something weirder than that.
Okay, Piccolo trying to do trying to do a
Who said
Rat
flam?
impression.
I love that.
Piccolo doing slams.
Piccolo doing flam.
I can't even say supers.
You said it yesterday. Come on.
Super do it.
Well, we've got opportunity in this very community. I'm Flim, he'd say those words. He's Flam with a fabulous flim-flam brothers. Traveling sales ponies? None but...
Oh, that's gonna go into the stratosphere. Never mind.
It sounded
That
like
just
you were
got
going
weird, didn't it?
Cobra Commander.
Yeah, well, that's Dinobot. I told you it was basically because I played Cobra Commander for a while, and I took that and took it down about 2 octaves to where it didn't make my ears bleed.
Didn't you also do Starscream?
No, actually, I did not.
So wait, when Starscream showed up in the Beast Wars episode, you didn't do his voice?
No, that was actually Doug Parker.
But didn't Doug Parker do Cobra Commander? I thought that was famous
Yeah.
little bit of...
Yeah. We're an incestuous little world. You have to keep in mind that voice actors are good at doing voices. So
But I
if
thought
somebody ain't available that day, it's like the entire room can just step in and go, sure. If somebody comes in with a new voice, it's theirs for about 9 seconds in the studio. It's weird to watch. It just like, somebody comes in and goes, oh, listen, I figured out this thing, and it's like 2 minutes later, everyone's like, I got a new place where I found a voice in my head. If I can get it, because I can't, because I'm apparently allergic to Florida. I woke up completely deaf on this side, so I'm still I haven't figured out what to do with it yet. But it's where my right tonsil used to live. And one day I just suddenly went. So if I did that in the studio within 3 minutes, everybody would have taken that, turned it into a cooler character in a better voice, and I'd be going.
Ching ching.
You watch Beast Wars, listen to Waspinator. Watch Lilo and Stitch. I'm just saying. just Super Saiyan.
Ah!
People back home don't understand why I keep saying that. I don't understand why I keep saying that. Oh, that chair wet with my personal paranoia. That happened to me once at a con where I was sitting doing signings. And standing up, pictures, signing, sitting, standing, sitting. I look back and go, where's my chair? I had an e-cigarette
Oh yeah.
in my back pocket.
What?
28 milligram nicotine e-cigarette.
Oh.
About 10 minutes and I went, I know what that is. My e-cigarette broke. My entire right butt cheek was a square foot of nicotine patch. I thought, I mean, they were prepared to take me to the hospital. I was prepared to go to the hospital. My heart was going. Apparently, I was funny as hell. I'm like, Scott, do you need a cigarette break? I said, no, I'm pretty good right now. I don't actually need a cigarette break ever. Thank you. I don't recommend it. It was a spectacular day.
Hey, do you have another chocolate coin?
I don't.
Oh.
I'm so glad your dad has a good sense of humor. That was just a weird moment. Somebody gave me a chocolate coin, and then I gave it to you. And I went, all right, here, I've just given young lady some candy. That didn't come out sounding right. Then, of course, I noticed Dad, who thankfully was laughing his butt off. It's like, that could have gone sideways real fast. Hi, Foxy. This is Foxy. We love her.
Hi.
Foxy. We're talking about you. Shh.
You know Brittney?
That'd be a shame. I had really good questions for her.
Where's Brittney? Where is she?
Where? Down there.
She's MIA. Missing action.
Maybe she had a doctor thing or something.
What? Scratcha.
You were fantastic. Sorry, that was last night's panel.
Oh.
Hey,
Panel?
I was over there.
I know.
Now.
Foxy, what are you doing there? What are you doing?
Honest to God, I want to get a pair of women's shoes and just have them. Anyway, I'm not going there.
Oh.
Because I'm not. You've got quite a large phone held up in front of your face, don't you? I thought, like, what did you look like you were reading a Playboy upside down? I was like, this January's super hot.
You can
Just saying.
people can bend that way?
Yeah. How did she get that staple in her stomach? I'm just saying.
Oh,
I
God.
can't hear anything on this side of my head. It's very strange. So it's like everybody in the world lives over here.
What?
In an auditory world. Ocular. Oticular world. There we go. Yes, sir?
Two things. One, when that happens to me, I find if I put pressure on that long enough, it'll generally pop
Oh,
and go
I've
back.
tried all sorts. It's not pop. It's just,
Still gone.
I'm a scuba diver. I know how to, like,
All right.
this is just like something went through and it's sealed.
All right. Well, in the interest of killing more time, or can you
Filling more time.
filling more time? Can you do an impression of a female character, or is that beyond you?
Oh, I've played a lot of different female characters.
Seriously?
The very first anime I ever did was a thing called Project Aiko. And I played not one, not two, but 3 different women in that show. That was my first job doing anime. And I went, this stuff's weird. But that is a chick, right? Oh, that's a chick. I don't know if y'all remember a show called The Wacky World of Tex Avery. Remember Freddy the Fly?
No.
Freddy the Fly was, and then he was the nemesis of the aged spinster philanthropist woman Amanda Banshee. I was Amanda Banshee. It's the joy of cartoons, man. If you can imagine it, if you can create it, if you can make that character, you can do it.
Can we hear one
That's
of
why cartoons are so much fun.
Can we hear one of those voices?
Right now, this morning?
Yeah.
No. Time to die, fly. I mean, I'm not exactly playing princesses, I will put it that way. They tend to be, you know, there's the ubiquity of the lunchroom ladies. Oh, for God's sakes, Herschel, turn up the air conditioning. My makeup is melting. Mama needs a little more gin. special medicine. Come over here and cut Mama's toenails.
Wait,
That grossed me out.
were you Mrs. Bighead?
From
Rocco's Modern Life.
no.
I could have swore that was Mrs. Bighead.
I wish I, I was Australian. It would have been nice to go to Rocco's Modern Life. Show him a little authenticity. There you go, Scott McNeil's real voice for a change.
Oh.
Nobody ever hears it, but me. And I never get to hear it either because of all the other voices in the head. You got to remember, I come from a land where everything's a question. No matter what the statement, everything's a question.
Statement?
I don't know what the hell I'm allergic to down here, but it's killing me.
The sun?
Possibly. And of course, I was wearing an eye patch yesterday because it was cool. So I'm going, I'm blind in this eye, I'm deaf in this ear.
Maybe things will leave it out.
I have an iPad.
All about balance. I have one too. I'm trying to remember if I left it in my room. I got a really awesome one. We went to a pirate store in Tampa yesterday.
I have one with a jewel on it. It's really cool.
It was shiny. I like shiny. I like shiny a lot.
Uh-oh.
Awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Do I get to wear your eye patch?
Yes.
Sweet.
Now you're a pirate. Arr, like this.
And homemade. Remember me, please. Your experience.
Oh, damn.
He ain't bald! Holy crap! Oh my God! Sweet
That beautiful head of
I
hair!
thought the hair was attached to the hat. No, I use whatever I find in the hotel.
Here's a toupee. A big toupee.
Only my hairdresser knows for sure.
He uses
Wearing
axe.
the jeweled eye patch, I feel fabulous. I'm super. Thanks for asking. Okay, now I am actually blind on this side and deaf on this side.
Captain Stuckbeer.
You know, I think you could probably get away with something. For all the sensitive, I don't have to say that I am, but I probably will.
It's
I can't see. Between that and my hat.
Captain.
Every time I take my hat off,
Scott.
I'm always shocked that there's a world up there. I thought, what the hell? That's called a ceiling, Scott. Yeah. I don't like it.
It hurts us.
It hurts us. Another, waspinator. So I'm trying to break it down to the three basic voices. Like primary colors. I've identified one, but I have to identify the other two, and then I'll have it down to a fine system, and then it'll be like 1, 2, 3, easy. You just mix your palettes. Thank you. That thing's very cool. You made that, didn't you? You're like a genius and stuff. Just.
Yeah, now you can put eBay.
Scott,
This
Scott,
iPad was worn by
What about Scott
Look at the
McNeil?
thing I made. You wouldn't be able to see it all.
That's why I love you guys, man. You're just all you're creative mad scientists, each and every one of you.
For science!
They blinded me with science.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
With science, of course!
Let's really fix this thing.
What was that, Dr. Insano?
Of course!
Cool. Dr. Evil.
I think we lost him.
I listened to my own heartbeat once, and I went like, "Wow, that's not right." It's like I got a jazz heart; it syncopates. It's got
Get a-
these
get-
weird ass rhythms going.
Get a trombone in here and go.
9/12 time signature.
Oh,
It's true.
God.
Yes.
There was a rumor going around that you voice Hecarim from League of Legends.
Friendship is magic. I don't think the writers got that joke. It's only because I was a pony as well that I'm going, you realize this is funny as hell, right? He's a giant evil centaur. Friendship is magic. And they're like, what? Trust me, this will be funny. It's funny, it's one, because I play a lot of video games, and yet I've never played League. It's weird playing a game that you're in. Like, it's just weird. Because you go like, okay, I have to kill myself, but damn it, I keep killing me. From an existentialist point of view, this is very confusing stuff.
Scott, I think,
How do you win?
I think you made a League account. I feel like they would be obliged to give you the characters that you voice for free.
You would think.
Like Hecarim and Maokai is the other one?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. It was a monkey dude, right?
I'm not.
I know it.
The only reason I know I did Hecarim is because people keep coming up and telling me I did Hecarim, so I wonder why this is so quiet.
Well, Heckler was just banned from Earth because he's too OP now, so
That's what I heard. Yeah.
he's banned from Earth because he was like
Hell
going on
yeah.
Earth, he would come and charge you and kill you, and everyone was like, Heckler, go away.
I should put some reverb on here.
As soon as you see Heckler, it's like, alright, GG, it's
What was
over.
that night?
You want to keep a room full of voice actors happy? Good engineers know this. If there's something going on and we're just kind of stuck in the studio, they'll just crank up reverb on the microphone and everybody's suddenly like the weirdest evil. And it's tough. Then you take it away and everybody goes, because your voice suddenly just goes, just lands on the floor in front of your feet. I'm all stuffed up. Hi, everybody. Have we done that part already?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for one person to say, hello, Dr. Nick.
Hello, Doctor.
Thank you. Okay, this board is giving me grief. It's not like I actually need the microphone. It just makes me feel good. She's gonna call to feel good.
Dr. Finger.
You again.
What?
What?
Somebody's got to ask you questions.
All right.
Okay. The other guests on from the con.
There are no other.
I see that.
Remember, 2 of the blue pills, 1 of the green pills.
Oh,
Oh, wait,
He
wait.
thinks he can see you.
Scott.
What do we do? Now, I can see you, but I know you're there. Yes.
Okay. Have you seen any of their other work?
I don't watch any of my own work.
oh.
I don't watch TV.
Oh.
Very rarely.
Oh.
It takes away from my video game.
Uh-huh.
Somebody's got to keep the horde in line.
Oh.
Thy diddle diddle, Captain the Fiddle.
I had to stop going on vent. I finally got outed. Because I was just goofing around every time I'm on vent, and they were like, for a while I was just known as like this, I don't know, it's epic voice guy. In a world, one man. And I was doing all this, and then finally somebody whispered me, they went, are you Scott McNeil?
Oh, about you.
It's weird when you sit there playing and you see guys whose characters are named after stuff I've done. I'm just like, you got in there and just sitting there going like, you suck, noob. Yeah,
Oh, damn.
I know something you don't know. Yes, I do my own choreography. Yes.
Have you ever played Bioshock Infinite?
Oh, yes.
Oh yes!
I like the first one best, I will be honest with that.
On Friday there were 2 Elizabeths.
What?
I know.
You can't be 2 Elizabeths, man! It's like dividing by 0, man!
Scott, there were 2 at the end of the game.
There were multiple.
Stop being smart. It's gonna get you into nothing but trouble. Just stay pretty. It's easier. I'm a princess. I don't have to think or do science.
My God.
It's like over on this side of the world. You got cute ears and stuff. Everybody's so shiny. It's Sunday. He hugged my leg, I'm just saying. Allergens. It's a wonderful thing, especially when you make your living as a voice actor. It's like, suddenly I've added my little bill. There's nothing I can do. There have been times in the careers of all of us, I think if you've ever gone into an audition sick as hell, but you sound amazing because there's just all this guck going on. And then, you get hired, and 3 months later you're in to start working on that project, and they're like, oh, he doesn't sound the same. It's like, I will go out and get my butt sick if necessary. I will gargle gasoline.
Oh, oh, nasty.
Yeah, which is a dumb thing to do if you smoke. I'm just saying. Yes. You have, oh, wait a minute. My caveat, too, is because I'm endeavoring this year to, this will be the year that Scott finally learns how to remember first names of people. That if you got a question, tell me your name. And we're not you yet, Miss Anxious Pants. Yes.
Name's Hikaru, and
Hikaru? I love that name.
Carl.
Hi, Hikaru. Everybody say hi, Hikaru.
Hey, Carl.
See, then we all get to know each other.
when it came to Koga, who would you rather see with Kagome or Yame?
You know what? I wanted to say thank you for asking.
Shipping wars! Brace yourselves!
You never know. This is so
If I was to sit down with young Mr. Koga, go, listen, son. Kagome, never gonna happen. She's obsessed with mutt face over there. Now, on the other hand, the very beautiful, very attractive, and let's not put too fine a point on it, extremely willing Ayame. Oh, good. Now I'll be blind in the other. With the eye patch. Welcome to sensory deprivation with Scott McNeil. All of your childhood worries and cares will disappear, along with most of your personality.
Oh, God.
Holy crap.
I feel,
Whoa.
dude,
It tastes
you
coffee.
didn't tell me it did that.
Cool.
You know how they say, like, imagine the audience naked? Wow.
X-ray?
I'm
Vision?
just saying.
Wow. Sexually.
My God.
It tastes
People
coffee.
have really nice skeletal structure.
Oh.
Anatomist's point of view. But now I'm completely blind.
Oh, good.
My work is done.
Excellent. I think I'll sit on my hand for a while until it goes numb. See what it feels like. And I can tell Helen Keller jokes all day. Too soon? Too soon.
I don't think it'll ever not be true.
You know, it's true. There are some things. Like, there will never be a video game where the Nazis are the good guys. It's just never, nor will anybody ever be able to walk down the street wearing a Hitler mustache. Sorry. You can wear devil horns, but no.
Oh, actually,
Done.
have you been to the con?
Have I been to the con?
Walking around with devil horns.
Right.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's cool. You're really sympathetic Nazis. Yes.
It's because Hitler.
I'm sorry I didn't get your name.
Val.
Hi, Sal.
Hey, Sal.
Val. I'm staring in here. Don't be mean to me.
Ain't my
It's
fault.
not my fault. You have to be nice to me. I have bad discrimination.
But the reason that people don't like Hitler is because he's an actual villain, and then the devil is kind of like mythical-ish, depending on who you are.
You guys are smart. Y'all think and stuff.
Plus, you know, the devil only screws you over after you die.
Good point.
True.
You know, we're Hitler right now, I guess. This is getting very, very philosophical here. Well, hi.
Hey, there you are.
I just got my pants back on.
Damn it.
Hey,
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, please, and welcome the one, the only. If we see one small pregnant woman this year, let it be Brittney Karbowski.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was at a signing that no one was at.
Seriously?
Apparently we were here.
Well, okay, no, because my schedule said signing first, and then, they were backwards.
4 o'clock.
So,
They did take
there were a couple people there for the signing. I was like, apparently we're in a panel.
Yeah. One schedule said we were signing first and then paneling.
Yeah, so I was at the signing, and he was in the panel.
That's cute.
Now I'm going to go sign.
Yeah. Aw, dang it. Cool. No worries.
So we've covered everything.
Oh, well, crap.
It's been awesome.
Okay.
I've got everybody's name.
All right.
We all
Everybody's
know
name.
each other. Except for the people that
What's
have
your
two
favorite
first
food? I
names.
want to know everybody's favorite food.
Well
Pizza.
cooked.
Do you like anchovies on your pizza?
I do.
Oh God.
Anchovies.
nasty.
Miso soup.
I like orange food. Orange food is the fifth food group.
Your soul.
So we're not talking carrots.
You like
yet.
pumpkin?
No, not talking pumpkin. We're talking orange food, like any cheese that is spelled with a
Ooh,
Z.
yeah.
Anything that is described as cheese food, edible oil product, orange food.
Edible oil product may cause anal leakage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, little Esther, they will market in that stuff. Somebody out there went, awesome.
Do you guys remember that, Olestra? And they had a warning on the back of the package.
May cause.
Why did you make that?
Uncontrollable
May cause anal
leakage.
leakage on the back of the. Y'all don't remember that? They made potato chips made with olestra.
Fat free.
Or they were fat free, so it was like, oh, fat free, and like they're pretty much like, may poop your pants.
They still use it.
They still use it.
They still use it. They use it
I've
in a
never
lot of
seen it.
product.
Yeah.
They
Think,
just no
Burger
longer
King-
have to say may control,
Yeah.
uncontrol, may cause uncontrollable.
I guess just in the chips, like especially,
I think
it would
they make-
cause
Burger King has
super
some
anal
french fries
leakage, so
about
they needed
that.
to let people know to wear a diaper when they were eating.
There are certain word pairings that are just not good, and anal and leakage are two words that should just never be together.
Hey, it said on the back of a chip pack, so I think that's PG enough. Alright. So what are we doing? We're doing a Q&A?
Yeah,
We're
we're
doing
just
an A&Q?
rambling.
We're doing
You
a
missed all
ramble.
the fun stuff.
Oh, crud.
We're just like getting to know each other.
This is what happens. I want to say, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but all weekend, as I drink these coffees, I'm like, why does my hand smell like warm, old milk? Right? It's these little thingies. They stink like spoiled milk.
Oh.
No, I'm serious, dude.
They're made of spoiled milk.
Isn't that disgusting? I couldn't figure out why my hand stunk all weekend. I was like, no. And it's these. But I'm still using it for some reason. I don't know. Does anybody want to smell? I'm not kidding.
No,
She's
no,
not kidding.
no.
You really do. You
My
want to
sense of
know.
smell's damaged enough.
So
Right?
now I'm blind in this
Please,
eye,
please smell it.
blind
I'm
in
not
this
kidding.
eye,
I want you to know I'm
deaf
not
in this
crazy.
ear,
What's wrong with it?
and I no longer have a sense
Right?
of smell.
That's
Do
not
they
good.
store that with the spoiled milk? Or
All we just need to do is make sure you cannot feel things.
Well, that's why I was going to sit on my hands.
spoiled chocolate milk. There you go. Like it's not super sour, but it just smells like, you know, like an old baby bottle.
I was going to say, you get used to that.
I know, right? I will. I'll be ready. Anybody?
Baby
Anybody?
barf.
Yeah, anybody? Please pass it around.
It's actually, they're made from 100% recycled baby barf.
I promise I did not put spoiled milk on it. It just happens to smell like it.
Now, with
I'm
olestra.
serious. What is
And
wrong?
this is what happens on the last day of a
Val,
con.
this is Brittney. Brittney, this is Val.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Why would they store spoiled milk though?
Right? That's what I was wondering. But I just, every time I had my coffee this weekend, I didn't realize I couldn't, like, correlate why my hands stunk. And it smells just like that. And I kept using hand sanitizer, and I'm like, what? And I would, like, switch hands, and then both my hands stunk. And then I figured it out, that that's what it was.
Maybe it's maybe they ship the milk, but then the milk becomes spoiled, and then they use the cardboard for that.
I was thinking maybe they store it with, like a bag next to the creamer, and some of the creamers break.
Why is there an expiration date on sour cream, man?
Because it molds.
Because
So I don't think sour cream becomes anything. I think milk can become buttermilk, can become cheese curds, can become sour cream, but sour cream just becomes nasty. Right?
just eating mold, it's just a different kind of mold.
This
Yeah.
is my joke. This is the Brittney to air missile. Little tinkling pieces of humor.
Oh, God.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for bringing it back. It's like you're never gonna get rid of that thing. Ever.
I have a statement and a question. So first of all, about the chips, like there was once Lay's tried to make nacho cheese chips like Doritos. And they tried to make them low fat, so they were called Wow chips. And they had to do a mass recall because people would uncontrollably poop themselves.
Yeah, that's olestra.
Yeah, I bet it was a Olesta.
Also, I would say I can tell you, right?
What?
My name.
He's got two.
Either one.
John David.
Yep, thank you. And I have a request. Can you please say something as Black Star and you can respond as Piccolo?
Oh my god, yes.
Oh, no. You don't get
Winging it, baby.
All right.
Hey, you're a little improv. Come
No.
on.
You know I'm not good at this stuff.
Just
I started and I'm sorry.
Yeah, he had me doing the usual thing of like my own characters.
I'm the greatest assassin ever lived, and then you can just be like, you know.
Whose line is it
I'm
anyway?
just gonna do it like we hung out.
Guest, celebrity guest
Which
edition.
Nothing. My favorite candy. Nerds.
What do you mean nothing? Hey, on the back of this package it says it causes anal leakage.
Dodge!
Poop gas.
The sound quality.
No,
of
and
the
then he goes,
microphone.
Yahoo! No, I'm just kidding. All right.
Yeah, that takes whole new meaning to the term special beam cannon.
Yeah.
Special beam!
Sorry, welcome to Sunday. Welcome to Sunday.
Thank you so much for that.
Of course.
Oh, God.
horrifying.
Thank God be a last day.
Yes.
Semi-serious question. And this
Okay.
one,
Semi-serious. Not really serious, just kind of serious. Like a little bit of serious, but not really serious.
it's Sunday. I don't think we can do full serious anymore.
You can do serious, we just won't be serious about it.
Okay.
How many times do you say serious in a sentence? Seriously.
Okay. This specifically, I mean, using railgun as a specific example.
Railgun, yes!
Well, it was in Index, but same character. Anyway, but you can use other shows that you've been in. In the show, you play both Masaki and her clones.
Yes.
And in the Japanese version, they actually have a different voice actor for the clones. My question is, since you're essentially playing two, I want to say radically different characters, but with the same voice, how do you do that?
Well, what we did was that if you can tell in the Japanese where they do the clones, they kind of zombie. They're kind of zombie-ish. They're kind of void of emotion. They complete sentences with like, says Misaka, you know? And so Makoto Misaka kind of just speaks like me, mostly just like normally like, don't call me Bug Zapper, you know, just like me. And so then when we did the clones, we would just be, you know, I can't really think of a line from the clones, but, you know,
just
like.
narrate what you're saying.
Yeah, we'd
essentially
just
is what they did.
just be like, yeah, there is a
did.
cat in the tree, says Misaka. So we would just be really soft about it and as monotone as possible with a little bit of an airy quality and just take out all the emotion to make it just like a zombie. And then, you know, since all the clones are different, some of them have more emotion than others, if you remember the series. So
Yes.
there are some of them, like the little tiny one, that actually is kind of like a, what happened to this one? Because she's different and she actually has emotion and she's like really hyper. And she's a little higher pitched actually. So she comes out and she's like, says Misaka. And so it's a little different. So we did
you
like
do
3.
her voice too?
All of them.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, which is kind of crazy because on the credits it's like, Brittney Karbowski, Brittney Karbowski, Brittney Karbowski. And I'm like, you could just put like, oh, you really have to do my name like 70 times on the script. It's like really strange. It's like, yeah. That was a show where I talked to myself. You know, I said earlier that I don't have many when I talk to myself, but I do. I didn't think about that. I talk to myself, talking to myself, talking to myself.
Welcome to my world.
In that show. But see, we record them all separate, and so... You don't? Oh, I record them all separate.
On prelay stuff, like all that stuff from Beast Wars, it was just.
They don't let me. I want to go just like through them. They don't let me.
These ridiculous scenarios. You know, I know. Shit back and for pages. Some shows do. It depends on the director.
Yeah.
But they just let us go.
My directors wouldn't let me do that. I was like, come on, I could just go through these. Like, they're like all clones. They all speak exactly the same, and they're finishing each other's sentences, but he wouldn't let me do it. Because in the end, it sounded cool, because I come in at different times, it does sound like different people speaking instead of just one person continuing a sentence. But yeah. But he does different voices, so it obviously doesn't sound like one person continuing a sentence. Mine was the same voice, and millions of clones with the same characters.
You just make it different in your eyes.
That's it, different every time.
What? Remember that gas we pump into the room? I don't know what they saturate that cardboard in, but I can see music right now.
That's why I'm glad all of you touched it. We can share an experience.
I can hear the color orange. The something water is never good. Those are things, again, that, you know. I mean, sometimes it's cucumber water, but just the something water never leads to any good.
Sparkling water's good.
At least, you know, in the laws of narrative
But it
causality.
doesn't sparkle.
No, it doesn't.
I don't
I
like
was
that.
so pissed off
It
about
should
that. I want
be the
sparkling
fizzy water or the bubbling water. There's nothing sparkling about sparkling water.
Yes!
As a kid, my family, we would like live off the stuff because we just loved it, and I grew up loving it. So, and we would call it bubble water, or like bubbly water. So that's like
See,
more accurate.
bubbly water is more
like
accurate.
the official name is sparkling.
The CO2 infused H2O is delicious.
Do you have any grape upon?
Totally
I don't know if you guys remember those commercials. Am I just too old for
They
that? You guys
no,
remember
they
them?
actually had a recent one for the Super
Do you
Bowl.
have any good? Pardon me. Do you have any grape upon? He's like eating a hot dog in a limo. It's always like the
Hey,
food.
that shit put mustard on the map, I'm just saying.
But Grey Poupon isn't near as good as like some Engelhofer, like
It's like
spicy
Patron.
mustard.
It's
Yeah.
like it just became.
Yeah, Patron. You can always taste it in the drink. Like, I hate that. Tequila's supposed to blend in. Anyway, why are we talking about this? Okay, so next, yes.
Well, I could go on about tequila all.
I know. It's supposed to. To me, if you could taste a liquor in the drink, then it's not good.
No,
I don't like
tequila's
it.
not designed as a mixer. Anyway,
Yeah.
we will have that discussion later.
Yes.
Let's go there.
Yes, for Brittney.
I'm sorry, your name was?
Lauren.
Hi,
Hi,
Lauren. Everybody say hi,
Lauren.
Lauren.
Hola.
I was wondering, Black Star from Soul Eater, could we share a Yahoo?
Yeah, I just did one.
Well, no, us both do it.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. You ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, just kidding. I'm just joking. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yahoo!
I love you guys.
All right. I'm only gonna do one of those. That hurt. No, I'm just kidding. It's okay. No, it was kind of painful. I'm just joking. No, it is. It's a little.
I don't want to point out that it seems to be the same for people asking all the questions.
Yeah,
and
I
I
want
don't want to
somebody new.
suggest
No, I'm
that
just
the
kidding.
rest of you are
She
not
hasn't asked one.
holding
Well,
up your
since
hand.
I've been here, she hasn't asked one yet. And then back with the blue one.
That's for the both of you. Out of all the characters you played, which one's your favorite? And can you do just small sample?
I like Black Star.
Yeah, I like Piccolo.
Yeah. That's a hard. I mean, because there are no. I've said this before. I mean, I'm a polyphonic prostitute. Work is work.
Yeah,
I do a lot
no
of this
favorites.
But you should try to do Piccolo. You should try to do Black Star.
I cannot do that.
We want her to
I'm
have
sure
a
he
voice
could do
tomorrow.
Black Star pretty easily, but I
covered the
know
fact
for
that I
a
played a lot
fact
of
that I can't do Piccolo.
Oh.
I couldn't even
They'll
attempt.
fix it in post.
Can you bring in Scott to redub this? We'll just help her answer. She
Oh my
won't know.
God, I sound awesome.
Yeah. Oh my God, I did such a good job.
I have done that in feature films and television where
Yeah.
they've been unhappy with an on-camera actor's performance, so they will bring me in to revoice it. And this guy's like, oh my God, I'm totally guest starring on blah 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 tonight. My whole family, everybody's gonna watch. I mean, sometimes I will match into their voice
And then
perfectly.
sometimes
Sometimes
you're
they
like-
just go, no, we hated the guy's voice, we hated everything. Fix it. I'm like, well, why didn't you hire my ass in the first place?
Because
So
you
it's
didn't look like
gotta be
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
You're a screenwriter of the movie. I will never forget that moment. Jean-Claude Van Damme with his broad Belgian accent and his American tattoo going, who wants to go with me? Poor Raul Julia. I was the voice of Blanca in that movie.
Street Fighter movie.
Yeah.
They should have dubbed him too, but I think everybody would have known. But he's funny.
That's good
I don't think
casting,
anything is as good as Sylvester Stallone when he So he has had so much plastic surgery that only this part of his face moves. And so when he talks, it's like this. The rest of it stays still. He's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
It's like Abe Sapien is wrong.
Oh man, he's funny to watch. What was that movie that he did more recently? I paused it on one of the people blowing up, and I actually saw a whole sausage, an entire link curled of sausage
What was it?
in the blow up.
The Escape. The Escape.
Yeah, it was
I don't know.
some kind of.
It was a war. There was
The
a war
Escape.
zone.
The Escape.
I think the last film we did was a giant space person escape film.
No, it wasn't space. It was like a third world country.
Expendables?
It wasn't
Two.
Expendables. It wasn't with other good actors. It was just with him. Anyway, there's this blonde girl. Was it Rambo 4? It was Rambo 4. Okay, I paused it when one of the kids is blowing up, running and they blow up and there's a sausage, a whole sausage you can see. Like Hickory Farms.
You say, hill shot.
Is it
we
weird
say,
that this makes me hungry? This movie makes me think about lasagna and sausage a lot.
The fact that you said somebody blew up and I saw his sausage there.
Yeah. Oh man, sorry.
Stuffed up.
Who are you? Who are you? Check it out. Now you're gonna watch a movie. You're gonna hear that, and you're gonna rewind it because it's the only part of his face moving. Whoa, you should calm down on the Botox, yo. It's okay. You're aging. We all know you're ancient. It's okay to be old. All right.
You're strange.
Sorry, random tangents. Ooh, you haven't asked a question, have you? Ha ha ha! Yeah.
Relax.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. What happens if you go to the studio and you come up with a character's voice who's fantastic, but it really is painful?
Well, you better deal with that then.
Rehab.
You're gonna have.
Yeah, Black Star was painful, but I didn't realize that till later. When I went in to record for 4 hours, and I could only do 2, and I lost my voice, and it tasted like blood.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you tough it out, unless you want to just be like, I don't want to do this anymore, and I don't like money, and I don't like this really awesome character, which never happens.
The show must go on, dear girl. You
Yeah.
perform unless you're limbless or dead. And
Yeah,
even
so
then,
it is.
you still go on.
I will say though, I don't really necessarily audition for those characters as much anymore because I did do some severe damage, which was worth it.
Cobra Commander hurt.
Yeah, right?
That's the only character I've ever done in my life that ever caused me any grief.
But it hurt.
It's
You were just
Cobra
like,
Commander,
yeah.
man. It's
You're
and that was stepping into somebody else's voice, right? I
Yeah.
would not have personally created it that way, but
Yeah, and it's like right now, like even though you loved it and it was totally worth it, would you audition
hell yeah.
for it again? I wouldn't.
I would, because I can do it.
I mean, I could do
And
it.
the more you do it, the better you get at it.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it just coming from a natural place or whatever, but I just know that I would eventually really talk like that.
It depends on your style of acting. I mean, there are some people that, it's not about doing multiple personality crazy assness. It's just about being a really solid and a really good actor and working in a vocal medium.
Yeah. Well,
There
and I
are
think
other
also
people
that
that are,
character
like, vocal
screams
freaks.
all the time too,
Yeah.
is what it is. It's not just talking in the voice isn't so painful. It's that he's always saying, Yahoo, I will surpass God, I'm screaming, I'm getting, my nose is bleeding and I'm screaming, or, I'm sneaking on Tsubaki and I get hit in the head with a metal thing and I'm screaming, and so that's what it is.
Been working on DBZ.
There
The
you go.
entire script for 10 years actually had no other letters than giant A's. There'd be a little break, they'd be like, and they just took that and added that into dialogue. That's all we did, was we just screamed and they turned it into words with a machine.
I love it when you do that because I act like it's like a montage of a movie showing up me doing a bunch of different things. I'm like, I just love doing that. I love it. It's great.
No more coffee for you.
What? This is decaf.
Oh, okay.
That's what's up.
Good for you.
You don't even know. He used to drink 6 cups of regular coffee a day.
Okay, right field is starting to get into it now.
Do
Guys
it.
are okay.
All
We're
right.
gonna go in second row. Yeah.
What's your name?
I'm sorry, what was your name?
Charlton.
Charlton? Dalton?
Hi, Dalton.
Everybody say hi, Dalton.
Hi, Dalton.
I love your China.
It sounds like we're gonna add
Does that mean
anything.
you're not going to be doing Black Star for Sullied or not if they jump it?
Yeah, I will. See, I say that I just probably wouldn't audition for any new parts that were that voice. I would just hopefully try to get some of the female ones. But yeah, if I could do Black Star again, I would do it again. It's not like I wouldn't do it again. It was just like I am aware that now I need to record for only 2 hours of that at a time. I could go in for 8 hours and record a girl for the rest of the hours. I just couldn't do that intense of voice work for that long. I could do a little girl all day.
So,
I did not mean like that.
But
It
since the
sounds really
restraining
bad.
order,
I mean a
she's
little
not
girl
allowed
voice. Jeez. Oh, gross. What?
but since the restraining
But
order,
since the restraining order,
she
yeah.
takes medicine now. She's good. Special medicine.
It's working.
You guys, look at them. Look at them. Look at them left, right fielders over there. I'm just saying. You're letting down the
Yeah,
side.
that's what's up. Hey, him in the back, he hasn't done anything on that.
If you could work with Seth MacFarlane, would you?
Yeah?
The
Is that
operative
a
word
question?
there is if you could work.
Yeah, wait, if you could work with Seth MacFarlane, would you? Anybody in this room gonna say no to that? Because I'm gonna be like, liar.
What kind of character would you want to portray?
Hey, don't point.
Anything that paid. Anything that paid at all.
Even the greased up deaf guy.
Yeah, anything that paid. I would love to play that guy.
Scott's already halfway there.
Yeah. Okay.
Whoa.
Wait a second.
I have no idea what's going on because I'm deaf in one ear. And I do know your name, and I'm sorry, and I forget with the beautiful, lovely, flowing white hair, and the blues, and the whites, and all these lovely winter tones, yes.
My name's Bria.
Hi, Bria.
Oh, what a pretty name.
Thank you.
Bria.
Everybody in Canada is just named Becky. Becky or Mary,
I don't know about
including the
that.
guys. It's weird.
You never know how many names you don't like until you're trying to name a baby. And you're like, oh, I hate that name. That name's awful. I knew a person that was that name before. Anyway, go ahead.
Scott, I know you worked on Powerpuff Girls, right? You were Fuzzy Lumpkin.
Yes.
Did you work in the new one? The new Powerpuff Girls or no?
The special.
No.
There was a special?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like
was a
Powerpuff
special
Girls
on
Z
January.
or something strange, and
The anime.
yeah, we were
See,
the.
that's why he didn't work on it, because it was garbage.
Yeah,
Oh.
because I never
He-
work on
yeah.
crap.
Yeah. He only works on just A+ titles, you know.
Yeah, if y'all have ever
He's
read
hard to
my
get
full
in.
resume,
Yeah.
people are like, "Why did you do that?" I'm a polyphonic prostitute.
Yeah.
I will make sounds for money. Why did you do all those Barbie movies? Because they pay in gold, okay? Large buckets of gold. It's an honor system. You just go in, they got a box of gold, and you go, I did a pretty good job today. I did
I love
screw
it when
up that
people
one
ask
line.
you if you will do a job. It's like, yes.
Yes, we
You don't
are not
need to ask.
fussy.
The answer
we
is
are,
yes.
We
We're
are
actors.
whores.
We will do anything.
For money.
Whores.
I would pick my nose on camera for a 2-hour special if I would get paid for it.
I would pick Brittney's nose on camera.
I would let you pick my nose on camera for a 2-hour special.
Just going places.
Yeah.
It's
I
finally
mean,
starting to warm up here.
as long as it paid good enough, I'd be like, heck yeah, you can pick my nose. Go ahead. I'm ready. I love
Okay,
Sundays.
where was we going over to
Who else
this
has asked
side?
a question?
Because you have a green hat with ears.
Yes. I got 2 questions. One is, would you both like a puppy? And then 2 is, what was like the most random moment you had, like working voice acting?
Oh, most random.
Does it or does it not? Does it not involve farting? Because this is vital in our business.
Yeah.
We work in small, hermetically sealed rooms.
We have been told.
Wait,
Yes.
what was the question? Most awkward moment or
No,
most stinky?
most,
Most random moment?
Most random.
Yeah, while working.
Most random moment. I don't think anything's ever not random.
Yeah,
Either
everything
one
we
of
do
us.
is random. It's like I have the most random profession in the world.
Yeah. We scream like half an hour from crying, half an
Yeah.
hour from laughing, half an
I-
hour from farting.
Get paid a lot to not talk a lot of the time. I play a lot of characters that don't use words. And I go, for this I studied Shakespeare. It's like, all right. It's
give you
always
the
random.
necklace.
I laugh at my own ass all the time because I'm still astonished that after 25 years of doing this, that I get paid to do this shit.
Right?
Oh.
You know, if I didn't spend my time in small padded rooms screaming, yeah. We have fun. I mean, Prelay especially. I don't know how you guys do it
I
down there.
haven't done
Prelay is where we're doing North American stuff. Where we're in, we record all of the actors are there. We record the dialogue as a group, and then they animate to what we've done. I work with creative freak shows. They have to often stop tape because we're just on the floor. And between that, like paper ball fights and stuff, we're so retarded. Unless you're working with kids, kids are always just sitting there reading Variety, having a cigar, and then just like step up to the mic, do their line perfectly, sit back down, get on the phone with their
You didn't see that.
like, we're the idiots. That kindergarten class without the Ritalin. I have the best job in the world.
I want to let you know
Let me
that
see how long you can sit there without exploding.
while you said that, I tried to take a drink out of this, but I put my mouth right here. So I poured this all down the side and then into my shirt. While you were
That's a drinking
talking.
problem.
Just wanted to let you guys know.
Yeah, way to upstage me.
I really did it. Twice today. In
This
the last like
demonstrates that
half
you do
hour.
have to be highly intelligent to do what we do. It's a thinking person's profession.
Yeah, that's true. What? Well, yeah, you know, you guys do hand movements. I feel like it's baseball. Like, what? Oh, it's 4:00. I think we can take the rest of the people whose hands are up right now. Right?
No, we
No,
will
you
go
can't
like-
put up hands when we do that. I know who has their hands up.
No.
Liar.
Here's what we do. I like to do it, man. Everybody's got a question. Put your hand up now. keep your hand up. No new hands come up now, no hands go down. We're going to do lightning round. These are going to be very fast questions, very fast answers. Go ahead, go. And too late.
Are you gonna keep my friend's bracelet?
Yes, forever.
Do you have any tips for an aspiring voice actor?
Don't. Listen. That's not a fast answer question. We'll talk in the hall.
Shows that you were surprised people don't recognize you in it.
Almost everything I've done. I love the flat room when people go, that was you? I'm like, that's what we do.
Make it sound like not you.
Yeah, be not you. People come up, were you in? I was like, yeah, that was me. Most of the time, I don't know either. You know, people go like, oh my God, you were, and I'm like, I was.
Yeah, I love that.
That's how good I am sometimes. I don't recognize my own stuff.
No, I think my voice is pretty distinguishable. People pretty much know when it's me. Even when I try not to write my name on something, everybody's like, you were in that. I'm like, yeah.
Mostly Black Star?
Yeah.
I do write my name on
It's
Black
not-
Star. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, you like to work with Billy West?
I would love to work with Billy West. There's a lot of guys out of LA that I would give my, right arm to. I mean, Maurice LaMarche, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Jim Cummings, I
Would you give
still
your
think
right arm
is
to
pound
me?
for pound the best voice actor. What?
I said, would you give your right arm to me?
A chance to pick your nose on camera? Are you kidding me?
I would take your right arm and pick my nose at will. Something's wrong right here.
Yes.
Keep going.
Are we at last night again?
No!
Yeah, I mean, Jim Cummings. Anyway, there's so many talented actors out there that I would, people that I admire that I've stolen shit from. So yeah.
He's good.
Yes.
We've covered that you do anything. Is there anything you just
No.
No.
Next.
Horse. Yes.
What got you started in voice acting?
Thanks for the quick question. Besides being, kicked out of school and sent to special ed because I was special. I'm doing for a living what I used to get kicked out of school for. Yeah. The inspiration was Haunted Mansion, Disneyland, hearing Paul Frees go, welcome, fool, found out he was the Pillsbury Doughboy. I went, I'm not alone. I never thought it was something I did. That was something that was done in L.A. Boom. Long story short, Strimble said the right thing to the right person in the right way years ago in Vancouver. They were like, oh my God, I wish I met you like a year ago. I'm like, why? He's like, I just finished doing some casting on G.I. Joe. And I'm like, yeah, right. Like what, the cartoon? He's like, yeah. So I went in and it was like, wow. I just for something that was a psychotic director. I said, I will never do that again. Went in for the next thing that I read for where I had to sit there and go, okay, this is the line, yeah. The power of grace. I have the power! And I got it! And now it's 25 years later, and I've done well over 12,000 episodes of various things in my life, and I'm the luckiest on the planet. So that's how you do it. You get lucky.
No, I'm just kidding. I used to do professional musicals, professional acting, professional singing, and professional musicals. I started doing musicals with Christopher Ayers as an artistic director. I did a musical when I turned 18 of an all-fetish version of the Rocky Horror Show, playing Janet. And Matt Greenfield from A Division Films at the time came in and asked me to do it. I was doing the show with Monica Rial and Chris Patton and Greg Ayers and Chris Ayers and Mariella Ortiz and Chris.
You just listed all those people, and I cast the show in my head.
Yeah,
I can
you
see
know who everybody
exactly.
is, right? Yeah. Anyway, there's a bunch of voice actors in there. I didn't know what voice acting was. I didn't know what anime was. They asked me to come in, and I was like, yeah, come in to do what? I'm gonna sing. He's like, no, you're gonna talk. And then I went in for bit parts on Gantz, and he was like, okay, scream like you're getting stabbed to death. And I was like, okay. And I screamed, and he was like, that was good. And then I started with that, and then I did bit parts in Gilgamesh, and I started working for Funimation probably like 4 years later. Yeah.
Okay, how many hands we got still up? We're on to the last two. Okay, we're gonna go big, and then we're gonna go big.
Brittney, can you do your favorite Black Star line?
Are there any children in here? It is on Toonami.
I'm emotionally stunted.
Is that Sid's grave? We should piss on it.
And last but certainly not least,
I know you said you didn't watch TV, but do you watch Team 4 Stars Dragon Ball Z Abridged?
I have seen it only because for like 3 years I was going, why do people keep getting me to say nerd dodge? Just saying. I am not a goddamn Yoshi. Finally somebody went, watch this, and I fell off the frickin' chair. Those guys are hysterical. Now I hang out with them. I mean, now they're doing cons now. I met them up in Vancouver, and I'm going like, okay, which one of you guys does Piccolo? You're funny as hell. It's better than what we did by far.
I think, yeah.
Let's take 1 second and just stare at each other awkwardly. Okay, that's the news. We are out of here. Thank you so much, you guys. I love you.
Love you guys. Thank you. And if anybody wants a scratch and sniff, I'm going to leave this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Tell your friends it smells really good.
I'm good. I can't have chocolate. Oh, no, it's okay.
Maybe just one.
I don't like that chocolate, but I can't.